Hold your horses, call the cops, stop the press. My name is Ross Lee. And welcome to Ross Lee's Mentally Challenged. I lead a fairly simple life on this fairly simple street by the fairly simple pub known as Monkey Chews, run by a fairly simple barmaid in this fairly simple house. I live up there in that window. I pay £375 a month. I don't have a shower, I don't have a kitchen, so it's not ideal. Hence the reason why I like to try and keep my brain stimulated as much as possible. Every day is a challenge. Even getting in here is a challenge because every time I try it, it's always the wrong key. And you see, the problem is, this key looks exactly the same as that key. We're in. You go to bed, you get up, you have a wee, you have some breakfast, you brush your teeth, you go to work, you have some dinner, you do some more work, you come home, you watch Neighbours, you have some tea, you have a wee, you go to bed, you go to sleep. You wake up, you have some breakfast, you have a wee, you go to work, you do some work, you have some dinner, you do some more work, you come home, you have some tea, you have a wee, you watch EastEnders, you go to bed, you go to sleep. That's why I often like to chuck something into my life which is going to take it in a direction that I had no idea that my life was going to go in. Well, I was a bit bored today and I wasn't quite sure what to do, so I thought I'd dress up as that rubbish character from League of Gentlemen, Papa Lazarou. I'm there now, I've arrived at the destination, I'm not quite sure what to do with it. I am now going to steer my life in a completely different direction by setting myself a personal challenge. I'm going to do this by picking up this book. I've had to cover the title for legal reasons, but in this yellow book is going to be my destiny for the day. I'm going to turn these yellow pages, and the page that I land on is going to decide my fate and my future for this afternoon. My finger of fate has pointed me towards the direction of a nursing home, which means that my personal life challenge that I'm going to set myself today is to enlighten the life of an OAP. To do this, I'm going to need to gain access to an OAP. To do this, I'm going to need to gain access into a nursing home. To do this, I'm going to have to try and get myself a job within the walls of a nursing home. To do this, I'm going to have to be a convincing teenage carer. Yes, hello there. I'm just wondering if you're actually looking for people to volunteer for work within your nursing home. Not at the moment. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye. It's going to be tricky, this. I'm going to have to go there and see them face to face, uninvited. Now when you think about it, what is it that I might have to do within the old people's home? You have to cheer them up, you have to boost their morale, you have to wipe their bottoms, take them to the toilet, feed them, put countdown on. They're going to be more comfortable in the presence of a girl. Man has created woman. Here's one for the boys. Not only do I like to entertain with each of my challenges, I like to educate as well. And a lot of boys don't know the bra sizes. To them it's just numbers. 34C, 32.6, 36.9. What's going on there? Well, let me explain. It's very simple. The smaller your back, the smaller the 30. I've got a very small back, I'm going to be 30. If I had a very large back, I'd be 36. Now, the letter at the end of it, you've got A, B, C, D, E, F. At the moment, I'm a 30A. If I had massive breasts, I'd be a 30F. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any breasts at all, so what I'm going to do is, with the aid of these Umbro socks, I'm going to turn my 30A into a 30C. If my back was a bit bigger, I'd be a 34C. I think people can actually see through my window. I know that I may look a bit like a Burke, but do I look stupid? Do you think I'm going to get away with this? I doubt it. I've got to sort of blend in with the people out there. At the moment, they'll just smell a rat coming, won't they, as soon as I walk into that old people's home. So what I need to do is swap the pink, I think, for a little black number. Okay, it's a bit better, but there's also another slight problem which I've noticed, which is this. I don't know whether you can see that. So it looks like I'm going to have to ditch the yellow and black number for just a black number that covers my entire voice box, so that when I talk they won't see this sticking in and out. And you know what they say about a man with a big Adam's apple, don't you? A big voice! I think we're ready to go and cheer up an old person. Come on, let's go get a job. Okay, well, I'm now in the outside world. I think we're pulling it off quite successfully, actually. I just remembered to keep my Adam's apple covered. We're going to have to go in and get a job. I'm going to do this by going in and saying that I'm interested in putting my granny in the old people's home. Can I have a look around? Then what's going to happen is my personality is going to rub off on them, so much so that they can't do anything but offer me a job because I'm so lovely. Well, I've managed to make it to the building in one piece without being buggered or stoned. Here is the building that I have to make my way into as a lady. This is the building of the elderly, the infirm and the decrepit. One thing that I've noticed about walking around like this is it must be like if people are on drugs. Not that I would know what that's like, but if people are on drugs, I imagine they get very paranoid and think everybody's looking at them. Well, I'm going through exactly the same motion right now, so for all you crackheads out there, leave the crack alone, put on the dress. It's a lot less stress. We're going in. Here we go. Closed. It's closed. Bollocks. That's what life's all about. Challenging yourself, trying to push yourself that one step further, and sometimes you will come to a locked door. But if you try again tomorrow, that door will be open, along with many, many more. My name's Ross Lee, and this has been Mentally Challenged.